Today I'm going to be cooking the blackberry bourbon Boston butt that I've entered into the Tony Chachere's Tailgating Cook-Off. This recipe is fantastic. I love it. And the first thing that it calls for is to be cooking this Boston butt over fresh Louisiana pecan wood. Fortunately, I have some right here. All I need to do is chunk it up, that way I can get it ready to throw in the smoker. So that's what I'm going to do first. Alright, I've got my Louisiana pecan wood, I've got my cutoff saw. It's time to get these things into chunks that are perfect for the smoker. Something about like that. Safety first. Beautiful. A couple more of those, we'll be in business. Alright guys, so now I'm in the kitchen, and what we're going to do is we're going to get our pork shoulder ready. This beautiful bone-in Boston butt right here is the basis for this barbecue. Over here we have everything that I'm going to inject it with. We're starting with some wonderful Knob Creek bourbon. We've got some fresh blackberries right here. We've got some blackberry preserves from Southside Produce. And then, really the prize and joy, you would think it's the Knob Creek, this bocage honey right here. This is some local honey. Always use local honey. That's where all the good vitamins and nutrients are in honey. This is a plantation blend. It's from several different places in Louisiana, right around Baton Rouge. And it's some really delicious stuff. I actually just had the pleasure of tasting some and figured this would go with the pork the best. So I'm excited about that. Over here we have what we're going to do the rub with. And of course, after our light brown sugar, which we'll use about a cup of, right here, Tony Chachere's original Creole seasoning. The namesake for this contest, we're going to rub that all over the outside of this pork shoulder. So, let me get to it. Alright, making the injection. There goes the blackberry. That was probably about a cup. I'm going to use also about a cup, about 8 ounces of this blackberry jam right there. Save that for another one. I'm going to throw in a little bourbon because that makes everything better. And some honey. Oh, that is beautiful. Probably use somewhere between 1/3 to half a pound of honey. Again, local honey is where it's at. Now, all I got to do is get this lid on here somehow. Stick on the Ninja. And we're ready to make a marinade. Alright, so I ran the blackberries through the sieve. You can see all the gorgeous blackberry seeds there. That's why you got to do that. That's not going to get through the injector all that well. Now I can take my wonderful stainless steel injector that I got off of cookware.com right here and draw up some of this delicious blackberry bourbon honey injection. And you can see it coming out right there. That is gorgeous. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go all over this pork shoulder right here. There's a bone you can see on the end. And we're going to just try to get in there a little bit. Just put a little bit in each hole. We're not going to over inject. There's the bone right there, so I want to make sure I get plenty right around that bone. And there you go. Let it come out. That's not a problem. Oh, there's that bone again. Alright, pork butt's injected. Now it's time for the rub. We've got some light brown sugar here, and I'm going to get a full cup of this guy right in there. Put that in my bowl. And then I'm going to pour about a cup of Tony's as well. The great thing about Tony's, why you can use it like this, is it's got your salt, it's got your red pepper, it's got your garlic, and it's got plenty of other spices. That's what makes this Creole seasoning so great. And it's all those spices in one, so all I need is the Tony's and the brown sugar, and I've got myself at least some level of a barbecue rub. So I'm going to blend this together, and then I'm going to rub it all over that pork butt. Alright, I've got this mixture of Tony's and brown sugar mixed together now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle some on this side of the pork butt. And then I'm going to rub it in. And then I'm going to go over to the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. I might as well use a lot of this. You know, we're really going to cake this pork shoulder with this rub. and that way, while it slow cooks, that salt's going to get into the meat, the pepper's going to get into the meat, and that sugar is going to make a nice little coat on the outside. That's what we want in a good pork butt. It's also mixing with a little bit of that extra blackberry, honey, and bourbon mixture as well. Nothing wrong with that. Welcome to the monstrosity. This custom-made barbecue pit is really still one of the pride and joys of the third row tailgaters. That up there, well, here's our full barbecue pit. The grill's not in there right now. That's where the charcoal will go. And then the smoke will flow up this pipe and into our half-barrel Coors Light keg smoker. 2 different levels in here if we're smoking more than one thing. Alright, I'm going to let those coals get hot, let the lighter fluid burn off, and then we're going to take some of these pecan chunks that we cut up earlier, we'll get them on the fire, we'll get the smoke going, and then that pork shoulder is going to end up right here in the smoker. Fast right there. You can smell it already. And we're going to take our pork butt and get it right in here. This is where my smoke's coming in. I'm actually going to go on the top rack. And again, I'm going to put that fat side up. And there we have it. You can see that smoke starting to come out already. So we can close that lid. Going to restoke the fire every hour and a half, 2 hours, and probably 10 to 12 hours, we're going to have a good looking pork shoulder. Alright, it's the next morning, and it's time to pull this pork butt out of the smoker, and it looks like it's done a beautiful job. I've shown some footage throughout the night, and oh yeah, it is ready to come out. That is going to be beautiful.